So tell me if this happens to you. You're supposed to be working, but you end up being distracted by Facebook or all these awesome articles that Facebook seems to have, or you get YouTube warped and you're just watching a whole bunch of videos. I mean, it happens to me more often than I would like to admit. What up everyone, you're watching Emerald TV, the place to be to learn strategies on living your highest potential through the mind, body, and spirit, all while having fun. And today I'm going to be sharing with you guys one simple technique to help you gain focus. So it took me about a year and a half to really finish my book, The Healthy Active Life. I kept avoiding it. Whenever I was about to start writing, I just decided to go play video games, or I decided to go on Facebook. I came up with whatever excuse for me to just not get it done. It wasn't until a mastermind that I'm a part of issued the challenge of getting something done by the end of January earlier this year. And if we didn't finish it, we'd be kicked out. So that lit a fire under my butt, and I committed to getting the book done by the end of January. It wasn't really easy at first because my focus was everywhere. I wanted to go on Facebook. That's the crazy thing about technology, is because it can easily distract us from the things that really matter. And so I got caught in that warp before I actually got really focused. And it wasn't until I learned about this technique where I was able to focus on writing for an hour a day, then eventually 2 hours a day, then actually completing the book by the end of the month. And it's the same technique that I'm using on the current book that I'm writing. It's called the Pomodoro Technique. The way it worked was extremely simple. 25 minutes of full-on work, 5 minutes of rest. And every 4 rounds, which is about 2 hours, you give yourself a 15 or 20 minute break. For those of you who are well versed in health and fitness or high intensity interval training, it's almost like the Tabata protocol of productivity. And this technique is also great for those of you who are studying for something big like the NCLEX. I have a lot of friends who are nurses, so this is a technique that I often recommend to them, because there's something called the serial position effect. Because there's a study that shows that our brain, after a certain point after the beginning of a lecture, it just goes into autopilot. It loses any sort of activity. Okay, and at the end of the lecture, it comes back up because we know where it's about to finish, and that's where the important stuff seems to be. That means we have better recall at the beginning and end of lessons, but we seem to be terrible in the middle. Using this technique means more beginnings and more ends, creating better retention. You can use this technique on practically any item on your to-do list. For me, it's editing, writing, replying to emails, updating social media, practically anything. The only thing I don't suggest that you use it for is the people you spend time with, because relationships are way more important than your actual work. Because at the end of the day, work isn't going to be at your eulogy. I know I'm going a little deep, but I shared with you guys recently on one of my videos on what happened when I focused way too much on work, and I almost destroyed the relationships that I had with everyone else. So you can watch that video right now, or you can watch it later. Now before I go, I want to ask you guys, what's something that you guys have avoided in completing? What helped you to finish it? Or if you haven't finished it, what's one thing or what's going to help you break through in actually completing it? Let me know and share your wisdom right down below in the comment section. And while you're at it, make sure you subscribe to the free newsletter so I can give you guys insight and more beyond Emerald TV. And if you like this video, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and share this with a friend who you think might benefit from it. And if you want to connect, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, here on YouTube, or over at the blog. And remember, we're all called to greatness, whether it's the lowest point of our lives or the highest point of our lives. From moment to moment, we all have the choice to live our highest potential. But at the end of the day, it's really up to us to choose. The world needs your greatness to shine. Thanks for watching Emerald TV, and I'll catch you guys next time.